what's going on, guys? What's going on? Is Darnell on this? He better get his ass on this. This is the reason why I did this. Where am I? This message. Too many ways. All right. Let's see where we at. Harmonic Scanner. All right. While everybody is on here, does everybody know how to access the Harmonic Scanner? Y'all got to help me. I'm going to need y'all talking so I can make sure you guys know what to do.
No.
You do not know how to access it?
No.
Who's that?
It's Jay. I don't know how to do it like on my computer.
All right, go to your back office. You'll see the Harmonic Scanner.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can do Connect Now. That's the web version of it. If you want to find out how to download it to your computers, first you can click whichever one you have. So this will be a 1 hour to 4 hour scanner right here, this MT4 scanner for Windows. You would click there. The videos are going to tell you how to install it. It's very easy to install and set up on a Windows computer. Just follow the videos to the T. They tell you exactly what to do. Mac is a little different. So Mac, I would say ask the group because we do have some Mac users that did it. But if you're using Windows, use that. If you want a 5-minute to 15-minute, it might go up to 30-minute scanner, use the binary scanner. Once again, click on it and watch the video. It tells you exactly what to do. You will need these files. So download these files and they will not take you to the scanner. I will repeat. The files do not take you to the scanner. They are files that you need, which is why you have to watch the videos. All right? Watch the videos, they'll help you. Once again, Matt, not sure about, ask the group. Somebody's done it. All right. So we're going to look at the web analyzer today. All right. I don't have this downloaded on my computer, this one. So web analyzer can be used just as good as the other analyzer. Use it on my way. As far as the desktop version, okay? So once again, when you're ready to go, you click on this side item. Remember, so these are all of your brokers right here that use the Harmonic Scanner that IML has provided. So when you're looking for a broker, if you don't have one of these brokers, the Harmonic Scanner won't work for you if you are to download it on your computer. So let's say you downloaded it on your computer and you had LMFX, and you went to go use this scanner. When you go use this scanner, if it doesn't work, you know, it's because you don't have that broker. All right. They had security issues for other brokers. I didn't miss. Somebody can answer that. All right. So let's look here. We have a 15-minute scanner. All right. Once again, do we all understand what it says when it says a 15-minute scanner?
Yes.
All right. So if you are ready to get in and out of trades, 15-minute scanner is for you. All right. So let's look right here. This scanner activated at 17:15, which is 12. Whatever. I'm not even going to try to calculate that time. So we get fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 times 15. Instead of 1, 150. All right, so
165.
11 times 15,
165.
165. So it took you 165 minutes before it hit take profit one. So what are we looking at? About a little over 2 hours. All right. So keep in mind when you're using the 15-minute scanner, 2, 3, 4 hours is what you're looking at. If we come over here and we look at our H1, H4, and D1, these are going to take longer. Definitely your D1s are going to take longer. It's a full day that it's taking a scan to operate. And this scan has been out for a while, but it takes a full day for it to operate. All right, so now let's go take a look at the 15-minute. All right. Watch the videos in IML Academy that talk about the harmonic scanner so you can understand what each pattern means and what they're expecting when these patterns hit. So when you look right here, and I'm looking at this 15-minute scanner or any scanner, I see the pair that they're telling me. They're telling me what time frame chart they're looking at. And then they're telling me what type of signal is being formed. So, for instance, here's a bat signal. I click on bat. I like bat signals, okay? And that's why you need to watch the video to understand what bat signals are. Now, I always like to just take a random harmonic scan, okay? And I want to look at the bigger picture of what's going on. So, yes, I see that this scanner gave me a 15-minute scan, but am I for sure that that's right? All right. Now, once again, this is my strategy of how I look at it. I'll show you Tavis's strategy that he showed us as well. And hopefully we'll get Tavis to do a training on this. I was able to use Tavis' strategy and actually collect quite a few pips with his strategy. So I will go over that one as well with you guys. But I like to use a very basic, easy system, okay? A lot of people don't really understand what's going on with Forex. You know, it's a lot of strategies out here. So the easiest way to get involved and understand, you know, Forex from a simple aspect is to start marking up support and resistance. Like that is the easiest thing to do. So even with this pair, I'm going to go back. I'm going to look at it on the day chart, okay? Come on. Guess it don't like me. Come on. All right, so this is on a 4 hour. I still want to go back to a day. I like starting from days, mainly because, all right, that's not going to work for me. So let me, all right, GBP, NZD. All right, I like starting from a day only for the fact that, you know, you usually got more of a confirmation of what's going to happen next. So let me go over the trading view. All right. What do we have? GBP, NZD. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let me look at one that hasn't already started making a move. GBP, USD. See what we got here. See, that wouldn't have been a good one. All right. Take a look at another one. Also, don't use this. I don't like using it during the change of markets or like Sundays. I don't like using it. Mondays, no, and Fridays, I don't like using it. Once again, use the demo account and practice it. And dang, you know, all of them been hitting. Goodness gracious. Let me go look at it. I'm trying to find you guys one that isn't going the right way. God dang. Scanner out here putting our work. All right, I'm just gonna stick with this one. GBP NZD. You know, it came on a 15-minute scanner and it came on a 1-hour scanner, so that's probably a good sign that it's gonna keep going up. But let's take a look at GBP NZD. All right, Bitcoin, GBP NZD. All right, so first thing that I want to do is go back to the day. All right, let me remove my. Always try to get a clean screen. If you don't know how to get a clean screen, you want to right click, come down to properties. Okay, you definitely want to make sure your candles are bright. Okay, the background. What I always like doing is making sure that it's a clear background. Right, you can also put your times on there if you want, as far as when the markets change, which is what okay, so you can put your different times on there. I prefer a clean background, but this is where you could come to make those changes and make sure you have that clean background if you don't. All right, now that I'm here, I'm looking at a day chart. All I want to do is start marking up my support and resistance. So I'll do a horizontal line. All right. Now, when you look for support and resistance, you want 3 or more touches. Bam, I got one. Look, and guys, if you really want to excel in this, you need to draw up the chart. Like, don't just look at it and say, oh, I drew the line right there. Remember, support and resistance is really a zone, okay? So it's not just, matter of fact, I need to go live with this. Hold on, give me a second, guys. So, all right, so matter of fact, has everybody watched the videos on support and resistance? Do you guys know about support and resistance?
I did, but I'm still like trying to get it.
That's cool. That's fine. It ain't no biggie. You know, it's something to get used to. All right. All right, my bad. Where was I? All right, so support and resistance. Remember, you want to actually have 3 touches. And remember, when you draw these charts, it is imperative that you mark everything up. So take this, okay? Let me find my little dandy clips. All right, look, I have a touch. And you want to make sure, like, really do this. Like, don't skip this step. All right. Same thing. I'm just gonna mark all my touches because I need the confirmation. Look, 3 touches, 4 touches.
So Travis, I'm sorry. So this is where I get confused. Like when I'm marking up my charts, it's kind of like I feel like, okay, how do I even know where to even mark it up? That's where I get stuck at because there just be so much going on.
I just told you. Find 3 points. You want
Okay.
3 points of impact. 3 or more. The more points of impact, the stronger it is. Like, look at this. This is a very strong support right here. Extremely strong support area. Look at all of the touches that happen right here. Yes, did it break it sometimes? Yeah, it's gonna break it sometimes, but majority, look at, I don't even want to draw up all those touches. It's unlimited touches right here. So just imagine if it touched right here, we know that's a resistance line. And look, we put a sell trade in that's over 1,500 pips, 1,600 pips that you can have right there. because we're looking at it on a day chart. Not hard. Even if any of these touches right here, anytime it touched, you put a buy trade in. Look, it went up enough. Do you think that you couldn't have made it 700 pips not good enough? You know, these are options. But if you don't ever draw this stuff up, you're never going to be able to see it. So I have a resistance. Okay, let's say I didn't see what previously happened. All right. So let's say we're down here. Say we get to right here. All right. We're right here. We don't even know that all those touches happen. We got 2 touches right now. I wish I could zoom in. Let's say we don't even know it's coming right there. All right. Now, how can I see support and resistance right now? Well, I know that I have a resistance because 2 touches happen right here, and a third one is down here. So I know I kind of have a resistance zone before I even looked at anything else. So I could go ahead and make that resistance line right there. The only thing that I mean, that's my support line. The bottom is always support, top is resistance. So I know I have my support line down here at the bottom that is bouncing off of. Remember, it's a zone, not a straight line. So really, if you guys really want to, get nice with it, you would do a rectangle right here, okay? And all I'm going to do is draw it to the last entry down there. That last candle at the bottom right here. So that's where I put my zone at. So I'm waiting until price can come into my zone before I put in a buy. And when I put in my buy, my stop loss is right here, like right up under it. Because if it's going out of my zone, I don't want to be in that trade anymore. Like, let me get out of this because it's not what I want. I predicted that it was going to go back up. So you have a very tight stop loss. But once again, you're not going to be able to do that until you start marking up your charts. So now, remember, I don't have this line right here. I don't know where my resistance is right now because all I seen was that it bounced down and it touched my support. And I believe it's going to go back up after it touches my support. But how far? All right. I seen that it came up. It touched right here one time. All right. Came back down. And it's here. So let's say price is right here. We don't know. Well, look, we have another zone right here that it touched at. And now I'm going to actually use this data to understand where was the floor at this time. So if we go look at price, it came down here. Look, it came, it stopped. It came, it stopped. Went back up. It came, it stopped, up, down, up, down. Now look how it's respecting this floor. Then all of a sudden it broke through the floor, came back to test it again, broke through it, okay, which that's what we want. Like if I was in this trade right here, okay, let me zoom in. All right, now I would have actually got into a sell, right? Because what will happen is I understand that this is my floor for this over here. All right, so it came, it tested, went back up, went back up. I probably would have been putting buys in right now. Buy, it tested, buy. I always want to wait for the next candle after it touches to tell me what's going on. And why do I say that? Let's look over here. Right? It touched right there. My next candle came down, but it didn't close completely under it. And when I say close completely under it, like I don't want a wick going through it. I don't want a candle going through it, nothing. All right. So I'm not in this trade yet because it's not telling me what it's going to do. But as I'm going through, I see it go back up. Okay. I seen that this second candle tested right here and said, hey, we can't handle it. My next candle is in the up direction. I'm putting a buy trade in. I'm buying it. And I'm actually going back looking at where it stopped previously. So if I put this buy trade in, this would be my take profit 1 zone right here because that's where price came up to. My take profit 2 would have been up here, and my take profit 3 probably would have been right here, okay, if I didn't know what was going on right there. But I do know. So it kept going, it bounced, it bounced. Remember, we're sticking to wait until the second candle. Touch, bounce. Second candle form, we're in an uptrend, okay? Now, we come back. It's testing our zone out. It's testing our zone. It breaks our zone, okay? Look at this second candle right here. Now answer me. Did this second candle close under our resistance? Well, it was support. Did it close under this support line? This
Yes.
candle right here. Did it close under my support line?
Yeah.
Why are you saying yes?
Well, the candle closed, but then your wick touched the line, so you don't actually want to get in right there. You want to wait for the next candle to form.
Correct. All right. Now, this next candle started forming and it's going down. Now, remember, when we look at these candles, all right, this line right here means where it opened at, okay? This bottom line is where it closed at. So when this candle got finished and it closed, the next candle opened down here, which is way under my support line. So this was previous support. It closed under it. So now that's a resistance line to me now. Now I want to figure out where is the support for this at. Now, granted, I would have put the sell trade in. You know, it would have came down here, came back up. It probably would have took me out, me personally. It would have took me out unless I found where the support line is. But it would have took me out and I would have lost, you know, let's see, I probably would have lost like 20 pips. That's usually what I do. So I would have came like right here. 46 pips is what I would have lost, all right? But I'm okay with that because the next time it happens, I'm going to do it again because I'm risking another 46 pips. Now, this candle closed clearly under it. Great sale. And look, it went down. So just imagine if you would have followed the rules, all right? Come on. All right. You would have got in. You're talking about 978 pips in a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. We're talking in a week, 900 pips off that one trade. All right. Now, how do we understand if we can't see this already? Like we don't have this data. We just have this support line. Like how do we know, or we just have this used to be support, now resistance. How do we know how far it's going to go down? Well, you got to go back in time. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to keep on scrolling back if it allows me. Here's that. Look, it's bouncing off of it a long time ago. We're talking about 1984. Ooh, there we go. Now, look, it tells us right where it's at. Now, granted, we can't see it that good. We just see these green lines. But even with these green lines that I'm looking at, look, it is bouncing right off of there. You know, I'm not making this stuff up. It's bouncing. It's bouncing. It's bouncing. Well, it came into my zone right here. And if I look, it came and it bounced here. All right. It bounced there. It bounced there. It really bounced here again before it broke it. It came back down right here, tested, and took off. And granted, it ain't supposed to show up like that, but that is how you go back and look. All right, so let's say we're here. All right. What did I say? We were right there. Now, I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I don't really know where my resistance is, where my support is right down here. Well, let me look at a different time. All right, let me go down to 2 hours. Still got my drawings on the chart. All right. But I'm telling you, the picture's different. That's why it's always great to go at a higher time frame so you can see the whole story of what's going on. Now look, I'm right here on my time frame, all right? 2 hours. It broke my zone. This was a test, okay? Remember, this is a zone, so you really should have had it like this. Oops. Bam, I found my zone. This is my zone. So as I'm going to go look, it's testing in my zone multiple times. Testing. It finally broke my zone. This really came back up to retest the zone, that resistance, and then it just dropped. It dropped, and now where is my new ceiling, my new resistance? It's right here. It's actually, once again, a zone. I do the same thing. I'm here, right? My zone is right there. That is my zone that I want to focus on while this is under here. Now, I could go find my new resistance. If I look right here, you know, I got a resistance zone that's right there. Look at how many times it touched. Look at that touching right there. It's letting me know where the floor is. I see the floor. I found the ceiling. So let me play in between these lines. In between these lines, you talking about 2,100 pips that you can play in between these lines by just being patient, letting price come to you. I don't want to get into this trade until it touches my floor. I don't want to get into this trade at a sell until it touches my resistance. So bam, we're here. All right, let's look at it. Here's my zoom. I had somebody, whoa. I don't know what just happened. I had somebody that was joining at 10. Is he on the line? Yeah. Hey. All right, so does everybody understand with that aspect of when you get a harmonic scan to mark up the support and resistance to see exactly what's going on with it before you get into the trade?
Yes.
All right, so now let's look. All I did was put these marks right here because I found support and resistance. So it's at 192,462. That's where price is. So let me go back over to my harmonic scan, okay? I'm going back to my harmonic scan. What did it tell me? It want me to put an entry price in at 192,089. If I go look back at my chart, 192,089, 192, somewhere around here. All right. But do you guys notice where that spot is? It's at one of our floors right now. Can anybody tell me why I said it's at a floor?
Because your candle is above your line, your area.
Correct. It closed over top of it, which now makes it a floor. When it was down here, it was resistance. But since it completely closed over top of it, it's a floor. Now, I'm like, hey, I see it sitting right here at my floor. And if y'all don't believe me, I'm going to put this straight in my damn truck right while we on this line. You put this straight in.
I'll put in with you.
So how do I come up with my parameters, right? That's what a lot of people want to know.
So at this point, you putting in a sale?
No, I'm putting a buy.
A buy?
Remember,
okay.
All I'm doing is following the harmonic scanner, all right? Harmonic scanner said a buy. All right.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I wasn't too sure about the buy, but when I drew my chart up and I looked at it, it's touching my floor. So
Okay.
I'm going to put that buy in.
All right.
GBP and GB. Now, since we're looking at a day chart, remember, you don't need a lot on this, all right? You can put 20 cents on this. Does anybody know why I said we don't need a lot on this?
Because you're going to hold it for a while. You're going to hold it for a few days.
We looking for this bad boy to come all the way up here to 1,700 pips. All right. So now you talking about multiply whatever times 1,700. All right. Now, how do I get my stop loss? Gotta zoom in. So I really should have got into this trade right here, but I'll just play the game with you guys. All right. It actually gave us a stop loss. That's the beauty too. It gave us a stop loss of 1.91746. 1.91746. It gave us an even tighter stop loss. It put us right on here, okay? So yes, you can use their stop loss. Minimal pips that will be gained. I would definitely use their stop loss on this one. The reason why I say that is because if we look, All right. Back on the day. I like to do things by the day. I'm not even gonna rock with their stop loss. I'm gonna make my stop loss a little deeper. Do you guys know why I said I'm gonna make it deeper? Anybody want to take a guess? What does it look like the current line is doing right now?
You said, what does it look like the current? Say that one more time. You're breaking up.
What does it look like it's doing right now? The current area, what does it look like it's doing?
It looks like it's in consolidation. So their stop loss might hit. So we anticipate that's going to go in a buy long term. So it might go in a sell for a little while, then eventually go into the direction that we anticipate it's going to go.
Right. So I do see the overall line. It just came on a tremendous, a huge downtrend. It touched at a major touch. Like, look at those. When you see wick touches, okay, those are the touches that you want. That means that price really couldn't hold right there. So this would have been a great time to buy. But now it came back up. And if you see previously, it was a lot of consolidation going on right here. So what I would do, I would put my stop loss right under here. Now, that's going to be a lot of pips. If you really want to be safe, put it under here. Do you see why I'm saying that?
The old support?
Yep, I'm just strictly looking at previous time, okay? So remember, this is my line here, all right? I could see that back in previous time, it came down to right here. Look right there, all right? It couldn't make it. These are wick touches too. So I'm looking for wick touches. Look, the wick couldn't make it right there. The wick couldn't make it right there. The wick couldn't make it right there. Wick couldn't make it right there. Right there either. All right. So when I go to put my trade in here, I'm just looking at the wick touches. Look, that's like 4 wick touches right there that it couldn't be. All right. So I'm here, and that's where my stop loss would be. Now, granted, definitely, if you're new at it, use the Harmonic Scanners. Definitely in your demo account till you can get used to what's going on. All right. Now, my take profit, when I go to do my take profit, I'm looking here. That could be take profit 1. Do you see why I'm saying this could be take profit 1?
Because that was the previous high.
Yep. Well, I'm just looking, and I see that it was touching right across this line.
Oh.
Every one. All right. So look, at the same line, it touched right there. It touched right there. Here. All right. That's my take profit 1. It came down and touched right here as well. All right. So that is my take profit 1. My take profit 2, we doing the same thing. Take profit 2. I'm looking at all the touches. It came down over here, touched down, it touched down, it touched up, up, another touch. Take profit 2, take profit 3 is all the way at my line. Any questions about that?
No.
So you're looking at the 15-minute chart harmonic scanner for this?
Day.
No, he's talking about the Harmonic Scanner. Yeah, he was looking at the 15-minute.
What was? I ain't even gonna lie. I forget what scanner. I'm just looking at the overall line now.
Okay, I'm trying to understand about the harmonic scanner. I get you look at this day chart to see like
All you do, look, don't make it hard, okay? All I'm telling you to do is mark up your chart. Whatever the harmonic scanner gives you, just come over here and mark your chart up. I don't care the time frame of the scanner. It could be 15 minutes, 1 hour, 10 hour. I don't care. Mark these charts up. Then you go back and look at your scanner. Like, I don't care if this was a 5-minute scanner, a 15-minute scanner, a 1 hour scanner. I've marked my chart up. I know where my support and resistance is. This is just another confirmation to me.
okay.
It's giving me multiple confirmations. So if you marked your chart up already, you see it right here. I go back and look at the harmonic scanner. Ain't nothing different. 5 minute, 15 minutes. My line is the same. My support and resistance is the same. If you want to do a 15-minute support and resistance, you can do that as well. So if you're looking at a 15-minute, we're still going to have our daily support and resistance, but 15-minute got a different support and resistance than what daily does. But once again, 15-minute support and resistance is not as strong as daily. So I could come here and do a 15-minute support and resistance and draw it up. Like this was the 15-minute chart. I'm doing my 15-minute support and resistance. All right, same difference. Right there. Right there. Now, when you get to 15 minutes in a smaller time frame, you're definitely not going to find the touches like I'm telling you. It's really more so zone now, because it's way more volatile. All right, because the way our time frames go down more and more, you know, that's another support and resistance right here as I scroll down into it. And that's probably your take profit one. Where's take profit one? We're looking at 192866. All right, so this is where they got their take profit one, which is, like I said, in the zone, okay? It's a zone when you start working with a lower chart because, look, it touched there and it also touched up here, which is kind of in a zone. It can't be a direct line. But if I look at my exact zone, all right, and I'm just looking, I'm going to go to the highest. All right, let's look at the highest that everyone was touching. And I'm just going to bring it down to here. That is my zone. Does everybody see why I said that's my zone?
Yeah.
All right, we're coming up here. It touched to the max, came back down, touched to the max, came back down. Now, when it finally cleared through our zone, it came back, it touched down, it came back. This was the lowest it touched right there. Came back, touched down. Now it broke through. But when it broke through, it came back up to test it. It touched up and tested it. Came back down, touched up and tested it. It's finally gone now, out of the zone. So that is how you build these zones. Man, that's a good touch right there. Any questions on this aspect of it? Cool. Now, Tavis strategy, okay? Great strategy. I love it. It can actually get you some money quickly. But once again, every strategy I'm telling you, practice in your demo account first. Now, let's take a look at this one. Man, this would have been a bad one. Bad, but good. Let me find another one. It don't work. Now, remember, when we tell you strategies, like, you don't have to get into every trade. Like, let it work for you. All right, so let's take this one. Man, that wouldn't have worked either. Okay, so Tavis's strategy goes like this, and he didn't make the strategy; he learned it from somebody. But he's an excellent trainer on this, so hopefully we could get him to come on one day. Well, you know, he does trainings with y'all all the time, so I'll remind him to see if he can teach this in a better teaching method, since he is the master of this. But literally, when you use the harmonic scanner in his strategy, okay. One, you don't want to get into trades unless the wick goes through the entry point. So as you see here, the wick has gone through the entry point, but the candle didn't. The body of the candle did not go through the entry point. The wick did. So I told you guys earlier, well, wick touches are strong touches. Like, that's what we want, wick touches, okay? So like the wick touched this line right here. Okay, now we want to wait for the second candle to form to see if it's going to do what we want it to do. So what did my second candle do? Okay, it started going in the up direction the way that we wanted it to. So we would have got into a buy on this trade. as we've seen it develop in the way that we want it. Now, CC, can you remember, does Tavis wait for the second candle to complete?
Yes, I believe so.
All right, so yeah, I think he waits for the second one to complete to make sure it's going in the right direction.
Yep.
Me, I'm a high risk taker. When I see that second candle moving the way I want, I get in. All right, but for the strategy, you know, try them out in your demo account. All right, wait for the second candle to happen. If it's going into your direction, you want to keep on putting this buy in. So look, we would have literally got in. Okay, I believe Tavis waits for the candle to develop. So I want to stick to his theory. Okay, so it crossed. My second candle has finished. All right, it opened here and closed. Well, it's so small you can't see the open and close. All right, now the next candle opened in a buy, the positive where we want to go. So we would have got into this buy, and literally we just want to get in and out. Okay, literally as soon as it hits take profit 1. So you literally could have got 84 pips with his strategy in 1 hour. So let's go look at another one. All right. Now, Tavis, I believe, wouldn't have gotten into this trade. Why? The wick came through, but what did my second candle do? Completely went through the entry. Well, I know Tavis wouldn't have got into this. But you know, me on the other hand, I can't say I wouldn't have. But to follow his strategy, no, this is not a trade to get into. Now, once again, this is why you guys use the strategy, because you don't want to get into every trade. You're trying to minimize your risk. All right, so let's look at this one. Very first thing, what's wrong with it? Anybody?
It's going the wrong way.
All right, but according to the rules, the very first thing that we look at, what went wrong?
The candle closed above the entry, below the entry.
Right. The candle has gone through our entry. I told you the entry, the wick only goes through it. When we look, the whole candle has gone through it. We don't even need to look at this trade anymore. All right, this one gives you a 2 entry zone, but even when we're looking at this, what did it do? It completely went through. According to the strategy, we wouldn't have got into that. Me, on the other hand, when I looked at this and seen that a stop loss is so tight, I don't even care if it didn't enter the zone or whatever the strategy is. If I see a harmonic scan come out, and when I go to look at it and it's right by the stop loss, I put the trade in because I got a tight stop loss. I mean, what are we risking? To me, this could be 59 pips. I can do 59 pips. You know, I can risk $5.90 losing to gain, if it went right. Oops. Even take profit 1, okay, to gain 787 pips. I'm okay with risking 59 pips to gain 767 pips. That is just me. Once again, high risk taker. According to the strategy, don't get in this trade. Look at some faster time frames. USD, where are we at? We never got up to it. This one is a little iffy to me, only because it just crossed. According to the rule, we wouldn't get into it. Me, I might would have thought about it only because a little small piece of the candle went through and it started going in my direction. And if we would have waited till that second candle closed, which was still in our direction, so you're talking about 99 pips that would have been gained. So let's say you do get into this trade or any trade following this strategy. When that second one closes, Tavis tells us to put the stop loss at the bottom of the candle that went through the line of the wick, the bottom of that wick. So if that wick would have went through, my stop loss would have been right here. So I would have been risking 50 pips to gain 99 pips, and it would have happened. So this strategy does not have much thinking. It just takes action. If it ain't there, it ain't there. All right, let's take a look. What happened? The wick went through, okay? My second candle actually went through take profit one, but what did it do? It closed in the direction that I wanted it to go. I would have put this buy trade in, all right? I would have put my buy in, boom, it hit take profit one. Let's see how many take profit one is, all right? That would have got you 32 pips, all right? Now we're looking at a 15-minute scanner. So I'm talking a couple minutes, it would have got you 32 pips, all right? If you would have been in there looking at it, you could have had an opportunity to get in 66 pips. Once again, our stop loss would have been right here. We're risking 23 pips to gain at profit 1, 30, 32, 31 pips, all right? 22 to gain 32. I'm okay with that. You know, I try to double it, but these are good in and out trades. This would have took you 10 minutes to happen. All right? If you would have waited to take profit too, you would have had 67. But these are just options that I'm telling you. Try this out in your demo account. You can use that strategy all day long. Open up your Harmonic Scanner and you can use this strategy all day long. There's no excuses, all right? If you guys aren't testing these strategies out, then you're only cheating yourself. Because every tool is in front of you. There's webinars in front of you. IML has webinars that's teaching you more strategy on a Harmonic Scanner. So you can, one, just use the Harmonic Scanner. Try it out. All right? Or two, you can use the strategies with the Harmonic Scanner. Like I repeated before, my most simple strategy is doing support and resistance. You cannot go wrong marking up your support and resistance. That's what I use all the time, and I mean, guys, it's gotten me paid. Like, let's see if I can pull up one of my previous. I can show y'all the magnitude of support and resistance. Now, once again, the Fibonacci, okay, that's support and resistance to me. I just drew Fibonacci up a long time ago, and I made money off of all of this. And actually, I drew this channel up a long time ago that it was coming down, and look, it hit my channel to a T. Like, all you have to do is keep drawing this stuff up, and it will come to you. Simple as that. Whenever you're drawing channels, make sure you got your touches just as support and resistance. I got 1, 2, 3 touches. I looked up here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 touches. That's how I was able to do this line going that way. I look right here. I got all these touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, touches. That's how I drew it coming right there. And I was able to make money as soon as it entered my channel. I put a sale in. It came down here. It hit this Fibonacci line. I got out of it. It came back up, touched my channel again. I put another sale in. Came back down to Fibonacci. And it came back down to my channel. You can make money off this stuff if you just draw it up. Don't take the easy way out. Don't just rely on the tools that are in front of you. Take the people's answers. Like, if you really want to make money in this, don't just take people's answers. Do your due diligence and mark these charts up. It's too easy to mark charts up, but it's real hard to just take somebody's answer and run with it. Do your own work. Now, can you use those to alert you to situations? Absolutely. But don't just follow what somebody says, man. That's just my own preference. I can't just listen to what people tell me.
And y'all, if you feel like it's a little overwhelming drawing so many charts, just pick a few pairs that you like and focus on just drawing up those pairs and analyzing those pairs in that market. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to draw charts on on all the pairs that you come across.
Correct the Mongo. Correct the Mongo. Definitely pick you some pairs and stick to it. All right. Even with gold, I drew this channel up so long ago. All right. And it's still just rocking with the channel. Look, it's been bouncing off the channel. Just by drawing it up. Simple drawing. All right. Yeah, Jade, just keep drawing. Pick you two pairs. Okay. Use mark support and resistance. This is the very first thing. Start marking support and resistance. Even if you put those pairs in, go into your demo account and test it out. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Your demo is gonna lose. But now you can start getting the feeling of it. But if you just listen to me and you go back and just take a look at this chart and I don't understand it, well, you're not gonna make it. So even with Fibonacci, look, Fibonacci gave me support and resistance right here. This is a resistance line right there on gold. What did it do? It bounced off our resistance line and went back down. Like, it's money to be made right here. But are you doing your work to make it? Because if you sit back and wait for somebody else, you're probably not going to get it. All right. Once again, take everybody's advice. Get on these trainings. Get on these webinars. Take the signals that are coming to you in these tools and just do the extra work. It's going to take you an extra 5 minutes, an extra 10 minutes to mark these charts up, okay? And when you get real nice at it, I can mark a chart up in 2 minutes, like the back of my hand, because I've done it for so long. That's the only difference. I'm no guru. I'm not special. All I did was study what IML taught me, okay? And I start taking action on what they taught me. Yes, I can help you. Yes, I can guide you. But at the end of the day, you're going to be the one clicking the button for a buy or a sell. And I don't want you looking at me saying, hey, you lost me money and nothing like that. No, I told you what I was looking at, okay? You have to be the adult and the person who paid for the education to confirm it. I should just be like another confirmation. They say you should have 3 confirmations before you get into a trade. I should be a confirmation, the Harmonic Scanner, the web analyzer. They should be just another confirmation tool to you, but you should have at least 2 other confirmations that you know yourself. And now when you got 3 confirmations all lined up, whether it came from a signal from somebody or one of the tools, like you have 3 confirmations, they all say go, go. What's the worst that can happen? You lose? If you marked your chart up, you ain't gonna lose but so much. Like if I was to get this sell trade in, my stop loss is right here. It's probably about 40 pips. Because if it's going the other way, that ain't the way that I wanted to go. So take me out. That ain't the way that I marked it up to go. Take me out. And now that gets rid of your emotions in trading. And the number one reason why people lose in trading is because of emotions. Point blank period. Don't have your emotions into trading and you will get success. But you can't take your emotions out of it if you haven't done the due diligence of learning this, because your emotions are going to stay right there in it. I promise you that. All right. Any questions? It look like a good sell right there on that gold. Coming up. All right. So if there's no questions, appreciate you guys. I finally got charting down. That's what I'm talking about. Get that charting on. And guys, with TradingView, this stuff don't go nowhere. So, mark the charts up and you can come back to them. Every day I go through and mark up a pair. Unless, like, Khalif came over the other day and made me erase all my stuff on a couple pairs. But other than that, that is the gist of how you guys can use these tools. Use signals when people send them to you, and make sure that you understand like what they're looking at. It's too easy to do. All right. So I want you guys to go back, work on this, see if you guys can start marking up support and resistance. All right. When in doubt, you guys can send me a screenshot of your charts in the Facebook group. If you guys are not in the Facebook group, go. It's a coaching group. Okay. Go into that Facebook group. Send me a message. Send me the screenshot of what it is that you're actually looking at, and I'll just confirm it and check it for you. You know, they say the main reason why people fail in this is because they're so used to the school atmosphere. You need somebody to check over it for you. So I'll check over it for you. Tavis will check over it for you, but you have to do your part. That's all it is. You just have to do your part, and we will help you out. But we can't hold you by the hand and make you do this stuff. It's not going to just come to you, all right? God ain't just going to hit you in the head and say that you know Forex today. Like, you got to put in some work. It's not a lot of work that you even have to put in. We're talking about support and resistance lines. Go watch the video in IML about support and resistance. It lasts 10 minutes. In the next 30 minutes, go on your charts and start marking up support and resistance. 1 whole hour, you can learn about support and resistance. So I just don't like hearing excuses, okay? Because 1 hour out of your day, you can take the time out to learn this information that's going to change your life. So I'm not your crutch, all right? If you're not doing this, if you're not sending me screenshots, I can't help you because you're not doing what you need to do on your part to learn this information. But if you are doing that part, I am here for you. Tavis is here for you. But we're not going to hold your hand while you're not doing anything. And I'm not saying that people on this line are doing anything. I'm talking to everybody on Facebook that's following me because I got a lot of people on IML watching this video right now that ain't even on my team. I don't care what team you on. If you don't do your work, okay, if you're not taking the initiative to make this happen, it won't happen. Point blank, period. So stop relying on others. Stop relying on your friend telling you trades. You know, yes, it's okay to take their trades, but do your due diligence in marking up the charts. I'll help you out as much as I can, okay? That's all that I got. If you guys don't have any questions, I'll post this on my YouTube so you can go back and watch it later. But other than that, enjoy your day.
Thanks, Trav. Good webinar.
No problem.
Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome. You're welcome.